Welcome to Playwrights Roundtable, our half-hour look at some very entertaining plays produced by local playwrights and directed by local directors for the organization Playwrights Roundtable. And today we're going to watch The Monkey Suit, a play written by Chuck Dent and directed by Erik Morris. Welcome you both back again to Playwrights Roundtable, the show.
Yeah.
So we're going to watch your play, and then I'll talk to you afterwards. So sit back and relax and enjoy The Monkey Suit.
Hi, folks. Come on in. Right this way. Don't forget, you will get wet. Stupid moron. It's a water ride. Of course you'll get wet.
Excuse me, can you help me?
Yeah. What can I help you with, ma'am?
I can't figure out this map. It's like deciphering hieroglyphics.
Actually, ma'am, they are hieroglyphics. That's part of our theming for this area.
Oh, well, that's dumb. Anyway, my kids or my husband are over at the Imagination Center and I can't seem to find them. Can you help me find them on the map?
Sure. It's pretty easy. We're right here, see?
Uh-huh.
All right. Just go straight down the street here and take a left across the bridge.
Which bridge?
This one. The big, ugly yellow one with the faces of the pharaohs on it. That's it over there.
Oh, that is ugly.
Yeah. Anyway, past the bridge, just follow the path to the right. You can't miss the Imagination Center. Hey, you'll know you're there when you see all the lost kids crying for their parents because no one can find the darn thing.
That's funny.
Thanks, I try. Oh, no way.
Huh?
Nothing. Forget I said anything, ma'am.
All right, well, thanks for your help.
God, not here. Not now.
Hey, don't I know you from somewhere?
Crap.
What's the matter? Didn't you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Nothing wrong here, ma'am.
Stop calling me that. You're making me feel old. Stop that. Let me get a good look at you. I don't believe it. Tommy Madison, after all these years.
Yeah, the one and only. Could you give me back my glasses?
Fine, put the silly things back on. How are you? How have you been? It's been so long.
Yeah, 8 years to be exact.
Wow. And look at you working at a world-famous theme park.
Yeah, look at me. Aren't I just special?
Well, there's no need to be rude, my goodness.
My goodness. When did you get to be so Ozzy and Harriet?
When I got married.
Ouch.
Oh, Tommy, aren't you glad to see me? It's been so many years, I thought we'd gotten past all that stuff.
All that... Yeah, I guess. I think so, maybe. Look, I can't really talk to you like this while I'm working. Let me get somebody to cover my position. Fair one, fair greeter. Yeah, hey, go to channel 12. Hey, Mary, you there? Could you come cover me for a couple minutes? I've got a very special guest who wants to talk to me. Thanks. That's code, of course. I said my ex-fiancée wanted to talk to me, and that might raise an eyebrow or two.
At least you said I was special.
Hey, Tommy, what's going on?
Mary, I'd like you to meet a old friend of mine that I haven't seen in years. Mary.
Hi. Pleased to meet you, ma'am. Thank you for choosing to visit our park.
How do you do?
Could you just give us a couple minutes, Mary, okay?
Sure, but don't take forever. I've got lots of stuff to do.
You always do. That's why you're in charge. After you. Wow, you still look good. Now you got kids?
Yep. And 2 kids, a boy and a girl, 5 and 3. They're a handful, that's why David has them right now.
David?
My husband.
Oh, right, the husband. You mentioned that.
So, how about you? Any kids yet?
No. Got divorced before I could have any. No. Couldn't afford them anyway.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. You didn't know. So, life been treating you good?
Pretty good, all in all. David and I run our own business. Last year it was named the top small business in Ohio.
Well, that's good.
It sure is. Last year we pulled in huge profits. And another company, I can't really tell you which one yet because it's really hush-hush, they might buy us out and then we'll really be in the money. We can retire young and then the kids can go to any school they want to once it's time for college. Isn't that great?
Yeah, that's just fabulous.
Well, what's the matter? Aren't you happy for me?
Sure, why not? Sounds like you got everything you wanted after you broke up with me.
Well, that's just silly.
In fact, if my failing memory serves me correctly, you broke up with me because it wasn't likely we'd have much money after we got married.
Well, the actor's life is pretty hard.
Yeah, it is. If you'd loved me instead of the money, you'd have stayed.
Tommy, do we have to go through all this again? Didn't we hash this out years ago?
Yeah, 8 years. Seems like a lifetime ago.
It was a lifetime ago. It was a different world.
Yeah. We were young and in love and somewhat free. Life was full of so many possibilities. And then you left. Damn, what happened to us?
Life set in, I guess. Or maybe the real world.
The real world. Yeah. The world of struggling to make a name for yourself. The world of making mistakes and having to suffer endlessly for them. The world of someone leaving you because you don't have enough money in the bank. Nice world.
You never did get over me, did you?
Actually, I did. Took about 3 years, though. Once I got over you, I was finally able to get on with my life. But, you know, even though I got acting jobs here and there, it just never really worked out. It wasn't as enjoyable anymore. I mean, I liked it. I still liked it and had fun from time to time, but something was missing, something intangible.
What was that?
I don't know. Maybe it just didn't seem worth it anymore. Maybe without you... All right, so maybe I didn't really get over you.
Tommy.
But regardless, things changed. By the time I got married, I wasn't acting much anymore, and by then I was already in the monkey suit.
The what?
The monkey suit. My uniform. Changes occasionally depending on which ride I'm working at, but it's always a monkey suit.
But I don't get it. Why the heck do you call it a monkey suit?
Because a monkey could do this job. Well, could talk anyway.
Oh.
Yeah. As long as I wear it, this place owns me.
What? That's just silly.
Is it? I can get in trouble for just talking to you like this. Hell, I could get fired for not smiling enough as I'm talking to you. I'm surprised Mary here hasn't said anything yet. Hey, Mary! Maybe she's in a forgiving mood today.
Wow. Well, if you hate it that much, why don't you just quit if you're not happy?
You know, I ask myself that every day I'm out here. Maybe I don't know what else to do. Maybe I've gotten comfortable wearing the monkey suit. I've been doing it for so long now, I've forgotten how to do anything else.
That's just ridiculous. Look, why don't you come talk to my husband? He knows some people down here that you can talk to, and
No.
why on earth not?
The last thing I want from you is charity.
Don't be silly. Let
Silly!
me.
Silly? You really like that word, don't you, Marie? Silly. You don't get it. Do you have any idea how hard it is waking up every day knowing that I screwed my life up? I mean, I'm 31 years old and working as an attendant at a theme park. I take orders from kids nearly half my age, like Mary here. And then these people I have to put up with make 3 or 4 times more money than I do. And they're younger than me. And they have families. They have lives. They have real lives and real jobs and go on real vacations that I can't even begin to afford. And then they complain to me that their day is ruined because they got wet. Or their ice cream cone melted. Or they paid too much money to come to the park. You know what I like to tell them? You ain't got nothing on me, folks. My whole life's ruined.
What's that got to do with me?
Because you left, Marie. You became one of them. You're a guest now, just like all the others. Except I don't care what they think because they don't know me. But you know me. And you knew me when I was better than this, and it just kills me. You know why? Because this is my worst nightmare. I've always dreaded the day when someone I knew from back home would come see me here like this. And of all the people I've ever known, you have to be the one that shows up?
But I don't care about that.
You know, when you left, the only thing that kept me going for those first 3 years was the thought that I was going to someday prove to you that I was better than what you thought. But no. You get to see me in this stupid park, in this stupid-looking monkey suit!
Hi, Tommy. What's going on?
Nothing, Mary, nothing.
Nothing, Mary. We were just talking. That's all. No big deal.
Well, you should be more careful what you're talking about, ma'am. Our employees aren't allowed to yell backstage, much less out here in front of our guests. So, Tommy, you'd better keep your voice down. Someone less sympathetic to you might overhear you.
All right, Mary. All right. Thanks.
Wow. Sympathetic to you?
Yeah. She feels sorry for me because she thinks I'm old.
Are you in some sort of trouble?
Huh. I stay in trouble, kid. My tongue is just as sharp now as it was back in the old days.
Well, I'm sorry things haven't worked out for you, but there's always hope, right?
No. No hope. Nothing going on but the rent. Well, I do get great health benefits, but no. No hope.
I just wish there was some way I could help you.
You want to help me, Marie? You really want to help me? Okay. Turn back the clock. Don't leave me like you did. Take back every stupid decision I ever made that led me to this point. And get me out of here. Get me out of this monkey suit.
No, I can't.
That's right, you can't. And you know why? Because that's life. You made the right choices, and I didn't. You took the safe path, and I didn't. You got the life you wanted, and I didn't. Period. You won, I lost.
Is it really a matter of winning and losing? It just didn't work out, that's all.
Do you still believe that? Or is it maybe you were right all along? You just sensed somehow I'd end up like this.
No, I didn't think that.
And you thought to yourself, maybe you might get more of what you wanted out of life from some other guy.
No, I didn't think that either.
Methinks thou dost protest too much, milady.
Maybe. But it doesn't really matter now, does it? Things are what they are.
Yeah. That's for sure.
Tommy, what is it you want me to say? That I'm sorry my life turned out okay and that yours didn't? Maybe you missed the memo, but life is like that. I have 2 beautiful kids, a wonderful husband, and a life that I'm pretty happy with. Now that might sound pretty boring to you, but I wouldn't give that up for anything in the world, not even you.
Okay. Go on, Murray. Go back to your kids and your husband and your happy life. Leave me alone. I don't want to see my past anymore. I think about it too much as it is.
No. Now you listen to me, Tommy Madison. You were a great part of my life. A fun part. And I will never forget the fun times we had, but they ended. They had to. We were going in different directions.
No, you just decided to go off in your own direction.
It wasn't easy for me either, you know.
Why?
Because I still loved you when I left. Dork?
What? Really?
Do you know how hard it was telling you that I had to go? Seeing that hurt look on your face, knowing how much it was going to tear you up. It was absolutely the right thing to do, but I really, really hated myself for it.
You could have stayed, you know. Seems like it would have saved us both a lot of trouble.
No, I couldn't have stayed, and you know it. You wanted to travel the country and be an actor, and I wanted to settle down, raise a family, and start a business. It wasn't going to work out. You know that, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I wish I didn't, but I do.
Good. Just wish you'd let me help you out now, though.
No thanks. Did enough damage the first time around.
Oh, why not? Look. Here's our card. Call the number on it. We'll set you up with some friends of ours down here. Get you out of the monkey suit.
I told you, I don't want your charity.
Don't think of it as charity. Think of it as a gift. From me to you. For all the good times we had. Please take it.
No.
That was always your trouble. So stubborn. Well, Mr. Stubborn, what have you got to lose? All this? The monkey suit? All right, then. I'll just leave this here. Then it's up to you if you want to do anything for yourself or not. Tommy. It's really good to see you again.
Yeah, sure. Thanks. It's good seeing you too.
Guess I'd better get going. Kids are probably wondering where I ran off to.
Wouldn't tell them you were hanging out with an old boyfriend. Have some explaining to do then.
Yeah. Well, goodbye and good luck. Tommy, for what it's worth, I never thought you were a loser. okay. I always knew you were better than that.
All right, you're bumped. Thanks.
Are you all right?
About the same as ever, amiga.
Okay, well, the bump should be coming through soon, and just give me a call if you need anything else.
New job, maybe? Hi, folks. Come on in. Right this way. Don't forget, you will get wet. Please place your bags in the lockers if you don't want them to get wet. Oh, beg pardon. Where's what? The Imagination Center. Oh, just go up that way and follow my life. Follow Marie. Sorry, it's been a weird day. Just, go up that way and turn left. Okay.
So what does he do? Does he decide to go away, or does he stay with the monkey suit? I love the way you left it. Just, he gives you a look and he says, okay. I like that.
I don't know what he does. I kind of leave that up. No, actually, for me personally, it was he made the decision that I'm going to do something about my life. But I like the ambiguity of it. Well, to the audience, is he really going to get his life together? You don't know.
Yes, I like that too. There's a lot of things I liked about that play, and we're going to talk about it right after we come back from a brief intermission. We're going to talk with Chuck and Erik about the monkey suit. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Since I die without you.
I just wish there was some way I could help you.
You want to help me, Marie? You really want to help me? Okay. Turn back the clock. Don't leave me like you did. Take back every stupid decision I ever made that led me to this point. And get me out of here. Get me out of this monkey suit.
No, I can't.
That's right, you can't. And you know why? Because that's life. You made the right choices, and I didn't. You took the safe path, and I didn't. You got the life you wanted, and I didn't. Period.
You've just watched another clip from The Monkey Suit, a play written by Chuck Dent and directed by Erik Morris. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
The thing that struck me about Monkey Suit, and I don't know, maybe it's because we all have our backgrounds with theme parks. We all come from it. We're born in the theme park. It felt autobiographical in a way.
Yeah, just a little bit. I spent a number of years at one of our local theme parks, which shall remain unnamed.
Of course.
But some of the two parts that are autobiographical about it, obviously the relationship between Tommy and Marie, there is some background there, and of course, just the madness of theme parks in general. But yeah, there was quite a few issues during production where I was like, how much of this is needing to be revealed, that sort of thing. But they always say, write from what you know, and in this case, I knew both of these situations quite well. So it was really cool to do that, and that's the first time I've really put that much autobiographical content into a play, and it was very rewarding to see it play out well and get the good dramatic content in there. So it was very satisfying to see that.
I'm glad to hear you say that it was rewarding, because one of my questions was, is that uncomfortable? You know, is that something that as a writer you toy with a little bit? How much of myself do I want to put in this? And, oh, I got to make it more fictional, more funny, and it really wasn't that way. Did you have any challenges with that?
Not really. The main thing I was thinking is, okay, how can I write this so I don't get sued? No, it wasn't quite that bad, but it was a little unusual. There was always that thought in the mind, well, you know, people are going to just read this and be like, oh, you know, poor playwright or whatever. And I'm like, don't let that be the overriding concern. Just write it honestly. Some of it had to be fictionalized just because real life isn't always quite so dramatic. But to see that juxtaposition, you know, what happens, that's what we do with anything theatrical or fictional. You know, what happens when such and such happens? Well, that's what I wanted to explore with this. You know, what happens when someone who doesn't have what they wanted in life meets somebody they used to know who has everything, and what happens when they get together. So that was very interesting to see that happen. So I got over the uncomfortableness after a while, especially when I just handed it to Erik and said, it's all yours, do whatever you want with it.
And handing it off to Erik, I think that there was two scenes going on. You have the scene, the interaction between the two, and then you have Caitlin's character, who's over here pretending that she's seeing guests and letting them in, and so she's doing her own scene. What was that like for you to make sure that the audience was engaged in both of those elements?
Well, it was really important to make sure that Mary, which was Caitlin's character, was involved the entire time, because just because one element is going on, especially in a theme park atmosphere, that doesn't mean that the theme park's slowed down or stopped or anything like that. So it was really important to get the general normal day for the theme park on one side, and then the horrendous nightmare for Tommy on the other side, so that they sort of played off of one another to get that juxtaposition again. And it really lent itself to making the comedy easier, which was key for the show too. The show is not really a comedy, but the funny that's in there, the jokes that are in there, and the visual gags that are in there, they all help the story move along. It was one of the things that I really liked about the script, was how well-rounded we were able to make it for the audience. You laughed, I thought it was great, a fun story. Then you felt for Tommy, then you felt for Marie. Everybody had their moments, so it was a very talented cast, a very well-rounded experience. So it was important to get all that on the stage too.
I've always dreaded the day when someone I knew from back home would come see me here like this. And of all the people I've ever known, you have to be the one that shows up?
But I don't care about that.
You know, when you left, the only thing that kept me going for those first 3 years was the thought that I was going to someday prove to you that I was better than what you thought. But no. You get to see me in this stupid part, in this stupid-looking monkey suit!
Hi, Tommy. What's going on?
Nothing, Mary, nothing.
Nothing, Mary. We were just talking. That's all. No big deal.
Well, you should be more careful what you're talking about, ma'am. Our employees aren't allowed to yell backstage, much less out here in front of our guests. So, Tommy, you'd better keep your voice down. Someone less sympathetic to you might overhear you.
All right, Mary. All right. Thanks.
Wow.
There was that heartwarming moment where the two of them embrace. And for me, and maybe it's just because they portrayed it so well, I don't just see a longing in him, I also see a longing in Kimberly's character. I see that there's something that maybe she even misses or thinks about. Did you want to play it that way a little bit?
Yeah, well, speaking just from the writing perspective, yes. They made some choices there that kind of fell in line with that. But for me, it was just that these two people, you know, they didn't stop loving each other. They just didn't go in the same path. And it wasn't a hate thing. It wasn't like, oh, I hate you, so I'm going to leave you. That's easy. It's when you have to make hard choices. And that was the other thing that this play was about, is that, you know, just because someone leaves you doesn't necessarily mean it's because they were a mean person or whatever. there were just life choices that were being made, and as you grew up, you went your separate paths, and that's a painful truth. And they conveyed that truth very, very well. I mean, the way they staged it was very well. That's very well done. That's the only way I can put it. I was very moved by how they did it.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
That was one of two moments that we spent a lot of time working on the hug and working on the pat, which originally was the punch. At the end, with Caitlin's character and Alex's character, with Mary and Tommy.
Chuck, how comfortable are you with having your script changed or interpreted by the actors to let's do this here instead, or let's try this? How does that work with your vision?
With me, they would call me and say, "Okay, what do you think of this idea? Okay, I like that," or "Okay, I don't, but let me see it, because you might be able to change my mind." A lot of playwrights aren't like that. I'm comfortable doing it because I want the best product out there, and I want the play to be as good as it can be. Because if there were things that I insist on, that they're like, we really, they start feeling like they're being held back. And that's one thing you should never do with actors and directors. Let them explore the piece and then say, okay, rein it in a little bit, or let's explore this. So I'm fine with it. I enjoy it, actually, to see it.
It's one of the interesting things working with PRT is that you have the playwright there at the first read, which is typically also the cut session. So I've gone through the script and I've looked and read it and kind of thought, well, that doesn't quite work that way, or let's change this word order, or let's just cut that completely. And it's very interesting to have the playwright who spent all this time like meticulously writing each and every word and comma and period that's on there, and let's try something else there. Is that all right? Okay, cool, let's do that. You don't get that experience everywhere else, and it's a very, very helpful experience. It helps you sort of transition from the playwright to the actors, through the director. It's a really nice learning experience that you really only have in this sort of setting. So I appreciate working with Chuck too. This is the second time that we've collaborated now, and both times he's been very receptive to our changes. And when there's something that he disagrees with, he listens to a reason for it, and then if he can be convinced, usually that's good. If not, then he has a reason why not, and then we know what we're supposed to be aiming for there.
Right.
So it's always helpful. Theater is a collaborative art. This is just another way of collaborating that a lot of other organizations don't do just because they don't have the playwrights there. We've got that advantage at PRT.
I really enjoyed the monkey suit. What got me was just the human element. It just speaks to a human experience, from the beginnings to the comical parts all the way to the emotional ending, which I think you both captured very well. So thank you for sharing the monkey suit with us and coming into Playwrights Roundtable, the show, to tell us more about it.
Thank you.
Glad
as
to be
always.
here.
And that's going to do it for Playwrights Roundtable. We hope you'll join us again soon. See you next time.
Last night, told a stranger all about you. This man is
Playwrights Roundtable provides opportunities for authors to have their work read by professional actors. Members of Playwrights Roundtable have seen their works go from cold readings to workshop productions and on to successful full productions. If you love the craft, Playwrights Roundtable is the place. For more information, contact Playwrights Roundtable at 407-788-8468 or check out the website www.playwrightsroundtable.org.